Wait, welcome to Briggs Middle School Parliamentary Debates. Today's debate session is in daylight saving time. Thank you to our judges, timer and videographer. I'd like to give a quick reminder to the audience that there should be no talking once the debate begins. Traditionally, praise and appreciation are shown with a line right behind the desk. The audience will need to hold all praise until the end. However, debates may show praise during the debate. Timer, you're ready. We begin with the first proposition constructed.
Hello, my name is Diego Delgado Alvarez. I am the first speaker for the proposition. We believe that we should end daylight savings time. Daylight savings is a seasonal change to clocks. The clock starts at 1 hour ahead of standard time. We on the proposition think it is time to end this practice because it can cause health changes, it is possible for increased car crashes, wastes daylight during the daylight, and does not save energy. I support saving energy, but daylight savings time is not the way to do it. Some studies say it reduces the use of energy, but only by a tiny amount, which is 0.03%. According to the CNN Wire, other studies say that it uses more energy. More energy use means more cost to the public and more damage to the environment. My second point is that daylight savings wastes our daylight by putting it front part of the day when we are still sleeping. For example, we're currently in daylight savings time. The sun comes up at 5:33 a.m. I don't know about you, but I'm asleep at 5:33 a.m. If we didn't have daylight savings time, we would have more sunlight during the afternoon. Later, my teammates will talk about how daylight saving occurs more car crashes and health problems. When we're done, you will be convinced that daylight savings should end. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Trevor Barrett, and I'm on the opposition team of keeping daylight savings time. Most people prefer a greater increase in daylight hours after the typical 9 of 5 work days instead of regular work days. The main purpose of daylight savings time, called summertime in many places in the world, is to make better use of daylight. Daylight savings time is the practice of turning the clock ahead as warmer weather approaches and back as it becomes colder again, so that people will have 1 more hour of daylight in the afternoon and evening during the warmest season of the year. Most of the United States begin daylight savings time at 2 a.m. On the second Sunday in March, and reverts standard time on the first Sunday in November during daylight savings time. Supporters argue the daylight savings time reduces energy. That source is timeanddate.com. Longer daylight hours make driving safer, lower car accident rates, and lowers the risk of pedestrians being hit by a car. Economists Jennifer Doleac, PhD, and Nicholas Sanders, PhD, found that robberies drop about 7%. Robberies drop about 7% overall, and 27% in the evening hours after the springtime change. They found that a total of 1.24 terawatts of electricity was saved, or about 0.3% of the country's total electricity use in the year studied, 2007. I found that on prosandcons.org. Soon as the people increased the date for daylight savings time to start and end, no matter November 1st, 2007, there was a 7% decrease in crime, extent which saved the U.S. $59 million in savings from robberies not committed. That was from robberies. If all the crimes were stopped, then it would be 95 million in only the U.S.
Source.
Timeandday.com. Daylight savings time started in about the 1980s, the first Sunday of April, and has been used ever since, and most people have enjoyed it because they get to go outside more and some people get 1 hour less of work. While Germany and Austria were the first countries to use daylight savings time in 1916, it is a little known fact that 100 Canadians beat the German Empire by 8 years. On July 1st, 1908, the president of Port Arthur, Ontario, today's Thunder Bay, turned the clocks forward by 1 hour to start the world's first daylight savings period. I got that from whydoweusedaylightsavingstime.org.
Hello, I'm Kaden Weber, and I'm the second speaker for the proposition side. As Diego said earlier, we believe that daylight savings time should be ended. Daylight savings harms the human body. It robs us from 1 hour of sleep. It creates a higher risk of heart attacks. A 10% spike was proven by the Simple Show Foundation and LifeScience.com. The time change also causes the increase in strokes by 8%. This is even higher for cancer patients by 25%, according to CNN10.com. Losing that hour of sleep has a negative effects on cognitive ability. What is cognitive ability? It's your ability to think and make decisions. If you can't think, you will get lower grades and diction and thinking, and also responsible for increased workplace injuries. Thank you.
I am Zachary Woodworth, the second oppositional speaker. Claim 1. A majority of the population likes daylight savings time. CBS did a study in 2007, and it claimed 54% of the population are okay with the current situation of daylight savings time, or the other 46% had no opinion. The other side was evenly between no daylight savings time and yes daylight savings time. Also, daylight savings time was extended in 2007, and Americans were okay with the extension. And in 2008, 58% of Americans liked it, but in 2010, only 54% liked the switch. And also in 2010, CBS did a separate poll, and only 42% liked the idea of making daylight savings time year-round. Source: CNN.com. Claim 2. Daylight savings time helps increase safety and decreases in traffic accidents. An 8% national average decrease in traffic accidents. After the charge week, a mid-health boost during the last 2 weeks of daylight saving time. Also, crime rate dropped during the start of the spring season. That came from Forbes.com. Claim 3. A new bill that made daylight savings longer and going into November increased sales of Halloween. At the National Association of Convenience Stores, they looked at a chart and making Halloween in 2015. They discovered that Halloween is the second biggest earning holiday, only outranked by Christmas. That came from McCreek.com.
Are you going to recognize the point of information?
What do you mean?
I'm standing up, I wanted to say something.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Okay. So you say that people like it, and that's the reason that we should keep it.
Yes.
But lots of people like things that aren't good for you, and we've already stated on this side that it can deteriorate your health.
Yay. Your turn, Keith.
No, it's been all.
Okay.
You can have the computer. Whose turn is it? Is it
It
your
is.
turn?
Your turn.
Okay. No, it's your turn. It's your turn. Oh.
Hello, my name is Elijah Lang, and I'm going to remind you So one of my claims are that daylight savings time promotes a healthy lifestyle. According to Fred Hutchinson Cancer Research Center review, overweight women who increase their intake of vitamin D lost more weight than those who exercise. Part 2 of that is in the Journal of Epidemiology and Community Health Review. Pregnant women with access to green space had less incidence of depression than those without.
Source.
I'm about to say that. I got it from bestlifeonline.com. And that same source is my second claim is for daylight savings time makes you happier. The research published in Epidemiology Review daylight savings time may help stop depressive episodes because people suffering from seasonal depression needs an extra hour of sunlight, and that could reduce depression. Or 2 of that is this leads to no more committing suicide. Thank you.
So, I am the proposition rebuttal, and so they say that daylight saving time is apparently good for you, even though it has some good traits, but many of them are bad because there's many higher risks of either having a heart attack spike or stroke or car crashes because the daylight, the sun itself is down before at a certain time, and if you're still driving on the road during that time, you could have there's possibly some malfunctions with your car or anything that you're driving with. The lights could be wrong, you could have an engine problem or something, and it could cause you to crash, injure pedestrians or someone else.
No points of information at this time.
There's apparent to them, for what they said, that vitamin D helps them, people that are overweight lose weight. That is not true because you have to exercise and eat nutritious foods to get the vitamin D and any other vitamins that you need to lose that weight. Thank you.